Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video then, we are going to be looking at the physical appearance and health of Aries. This is my very first episode of the physical appearance and the health of the zodiac signs. So we're going to be starting from Aries through to Pisces. What I do suggest is that you watch this video if you do in fact have an Aries rising, or if your sun sign is Aries as well. You can also watch this if you do happen to have an Aries moon, or you do have a lot of Aries energy within your chart, though this video is predominantly for those with an Aries rising. Now, Aries is ruled by Mars, and so if you have an Aries rising, that means that Mars is your chart ruler. Aries is a fire sign, and also it is cardinal energy. Furthermore, Aries is symbolized by the ram, and it rules the head, the face, and the brain. What I will be doing then is I'm going to describe the Aries physical appearance in a general sense, and then I will just show you an example of a female Aries rising and a male Aries rising. A great way to actually spot an Aries rising person is by their quickness. They will have this really quick, sharp movement to them because they sort of illuminate a lot of energy. Let's just say Aries rising people are not the type of people to be sitting around for too long because they do have so much energy. They also are highly positive people, and they prefer to accomplish all the tasks that they need done without delay. It needs to be done now for the Aries. And what you'll find with a lot of them is that they have a very brisk, confident walk. They hold themselves very high. There can be two types of appearances seen here for Aries. The first one being the taller, more well-proportioned one with really broad shoulders and narrow hips. Their complexion is somewhat fair, and their hair color can be really dark or like a sandy color. Then we have the second type, okay, and these people are much shorter. They're quite robust, and they just possess a much more muscular build. You'll also find that they have much darker or tan skin and eyes. But still, the hair color for them can still have a little bit of a reddy tinge, like a reddy tint to it. Though what I will say is that some Aries men are prone to baldness. So with this, whilst we do have the medium-heighted Arians, we also have the shorter muscular types. Because Aries does rule the head and rules the eyes, what you will find is that their hair and their eyes, they can be very noticeable. Just means that you can really notice the intense color contrast no matter what the color might be. So it could be very red, or it could be very blonde, or very black. Then with their eyes can be a really shiny black or this ice blue color. Just these eyes with a certain spark, a certain flash. Like I said, an intense color contrast. Plus, their eyes will be very clear. They'll be very steady and penetrating. When they look at you, it's very head on. They're not afraid of some serious eye contact, these people. Let's just say Arians are not afraid to look you right square in the eye when they're talking to you. Their noses also can be very sharp and well defined, and in some cases their nose can actually stand out the most in comparison to the rest of their face. It's as though their noses just sort of jut out like a ram's does. They might also have a taper chin and a really wide forehead. Again, just like the ram, the forehead can be quite high and be quite broad. When it comes to their mouth as well, even their mouth is very sharply compressed. What's also interesting is that the eyebrows can be quite sharp as well, and what you will find with a lot of Arians is that they have these very high arched eyebrows. It's funny because I have an Aries moon and I tend to just go like this sometimes. I can do this. Like The Rock. Can you smell what the Rock is cooking? Really, these people just have definition. That's the key word here. Defined facial lines, these sharp bony structures with the really upright posture, as well as that triangular shape of their face with much edginess to it. Now, of course, because Aries does rule the head and face, some of them might actually have birthmarks or scars on their head and face. So let's first take a look then at a female with an Aries rising. So we're going to look at Lucy Lawless. And in fact, Lucy Lawless not only has an Aries rising, but she has an Aries sun and an Aries moon. She is triple Aries. By the way, I used to love Xena the Warrior Princess when I was younger. I still do. And did I not call it in one of my other videos about Xena being an Aries? I called it. So let's compare the description that I said to the photo that we're going to look at. Now, I do really see that sharpness, the edginess that I was talking about, especially within those cheekbones, you know, it just, and the chin as well, everything just kind of comes in really defined. Then even those eyebrows, the eyebrows have that arch. Now, it's not a huge arch, but you can even see that she's raising one of her eyebrows slightly, her left one, and it just, well, looks quite seductive, doesn't it? Her nose as well, you can even tell her nose, it does actually stand out compared to the rest of her face, so that's what I think. The forehead as well, very high, very wide. And not to mention her lips are quite compressed as well. Yeah, there you go. She definitely fits the description that I just described. Let's now look at a male with an Aries rising. So we're going to be looking at Heath Ledger. Okay, Heath Ledger, rest in peace by the way. He has the Aries rising. He also has an Aries sun. And then he's got a Cancer moon. So if we look at the photo there, oh my gosh, you can, okay. You can see that readiness in his hair. And his complexion is quite fair. I would say he suits the first type of Aryan that I described at the beginning. And the nose, come on, the nose just stands out. And his head, the whole shape of his head just looks like that ram, just really strong. Plus you can tell in this photo that he was definitely on the verge of the baldness. Like I said, Aries men, prone to baldness. So I hope you guys were able to see then a good example of an Aries woman and an Aries man and compare. Let's then discuss the possible health concerns that can come with Aries. Now what I'm about to say can also be a possible health concern if you happen to have either your Mars in the 6th house, or if you happen to have Aries on the cusp of your 6th house. What I do want to make clear here before we get into the health concerns is to say I am not a doctor. And if you do happen to have Mars in the 6th house or Aries on the 6th house cusp, this does not mean that you will suffer from these things. I am simply showing the potential for pathology. The thing to know about Aries and health though is that they are usually very good when it comes to their health because of the amount of energy and stamina that they possess. And even in spite of their tendency to have a lot of accidents due to their really intense activity, they're pretty tough. Though the potential weakness for Aries, of course, is their head, because like I said, Aries rules the head. Because of this, they might actually suffer from migraines and headaches, and any sort of issues that can involve the face. They could also experience trouble with their hearing, as well as trouble with their eyes, because again, you know, this is all this area here. Possibly as well, they could be prone to tooth and gum afflictions. Having Mars in the 6th house or Aries on the 6th house cusp, it could indicate this extreme irritation as well as possible hypertension or high blood pressure. If they get too irritated or they get too angry easily, then it can lead to things such as the high blood pressure. So please, Aries, just be aware of that. Allow yourself to relax and just try to stay calm. What I would like to add here though, because I do use the whole sign system, those of you with an Aries rising, okay, you would then have Virgo on your 6th house cusp. So because of this, you could possibly be prone to nervous system problems or to digestive problems. And this is simply because Virgo rules the nervous system and the intestines. For all of you Aries risings, just be careful because for one, you do not want to get irritated and then for your blood pressure to rise. And two, you don't want to stress yourself out due to too much worrying. If you don't use the whole sign system, by the way, that is completely fine, alright? It's completely fine. Just still, if you have those placements that I mentioned in your chart, just go by that. Though, what I do want to say here, Aries, is that if you ever do fall sick, just let yourself recover and heal from it, okay? I know it's annoying to have to stay in bed. You don't really want to do that. Just let yourself cover first 100% until you get back up again, please. Okay guys, so that concludes my video then on the physical appearance of Aries as well as the possible health concerns of Aries. Thank you kindly to my current subscribers for of course subscribing to my channel. It's good to have you learning along with us. And also if this is perhaps the first time you're finding my channel and you would like to see more videos from me, then click the subscribe button and I will be back with Taurus appearance and health very, very soon. Bye!